Hey, so a little update on the setup I was working on that I was testing out. Um, the Rainfly worked just like it was supposed to. Um, the issue I had with it is it's kind of small, which is great for putting in a pack or a backpack or something like that. The problem with that is when I'm not in the hammock, because I got out of the hammock at like 5 a.m. this morning, and that's when the worst of the storms hit this morning. And the problem is that meant that the wind was pushing the hammock up against the Rainfly, which when the hammock is being pushed up against the Rainfly, it definitely doesn't cover it enough. So what was going on was the Rainfly was working. It was blocking the rain, but only directly underneath. So if you look above here, directly in this line, right there, directly in this line, down the middle of the hammock, that's where it has enough coverage to actually cover the hammock. But off to the sides, it doesn't. So because the hammock was getting blown to the side, it didn't have enough area in the Rainfly to actually cover the the hammock and keep it from getting filled with rain. So whenever I came back out here, it was a puddle inside the hammock, and I had to flip it over. Luckily, these parachute material, tent material hammocks dry relatively quickly. Problem is the humidity is really high today, so it's making it harder for stuff to dry out. Like the towel that got soaked last night isn't even anywhere near dry, and that's just because of the humidity. When the humidity's high, things aren't going to dry out outside. It's just something you have to learn to live with. I got the towel out in the sun now, so I don't have to worry about it. So there's the problem. Solution, as I try not to hurt myself getting out of this hammock. Oh, hammock's really comfortable, right? Like it's really comfortable, but getting into it's easy. Getting out of it's tricky. All right. So, solution: tarp. Just simply a tarp. So the bug net has openings. I'll show you that real quick first. Back up under here. Hope that's not too loud. Up under here, you have these guy line areas. Loops for a guy line to hold up the bug net, right? Now, initially I just had like a cord, very thin cord holding it up, because it didn't have to support anything other than the bug net itself. Well, now I've replaced that with 550 cord, bright orange, because if I need it to, I use it to signal for help or something like that, or make it easier for me to find. But now it's going to support something. So, replaced the original like little thin cord with 550 cord, which supposedly can hold 550 pounds, and then got a great big 12-foot tarp. Now the reason for a 12-foot tarp is I measured it out, and the most length I will ever need to completely cover the hammock end to end will be 12 feet. 11 feet technically, but better to have more and not need it than to need it and not have the more. So use the original tie downs for the Rainfly. Now I'll use those as tie downs. I got the original stakes from the Rainfly, but I also got some backup stakes in case these break or something like that, because tent stakes break, especially these backpacking type. They bend, they break, all that stuff. So yeah, this will work great. It'll be a little tougher to pack on the bike, I know, but I can put it on top of the sleeping bag that I'm going to have sitting on top of the tail bag, which will help keep the sleeping bag dry. So that's the plan. That's the plan so far. And the real benefit to having this much material, tent material, this much tarp to work with, is I can easily, instead of tying it down to the ground, I can very easily tie it one side to a tree. If there's trees available, I can tie one side to trees, and that will make it to where I'll have a half lean-to, a half shelter on one side and a lean-to on the other, which will make it so that I can park my motorcycle under here, which will be great, because I'd really like to be able to park my motorcycle under here, because even though I'm going to rainproof all my gear on my motorcycle, you know, redundancy is best when you're primitive camping, because any one thing that goes wrong will just make everything go wrong. So being able to park my motorcycle under here and know that my gear is going to be dry, and know that my gear is going to be protected, now I have it close, it's going to be peace of mind, and that goes a long way. So still have to do the video on my motorcycle and my gear. Again, I'm riding the CRF 250L with some slight modifications. Next video. I know I've probably said that before. Pretty sure I've said that before. But I promise, soon. Now that I got that sorted out, now that I got, you know, that sorted out, I can get the motorcycle gear video sorted out, and the motorcycle video. So I promise that's coming soon. Okay. Remember, keep your head down, your ass covered. Be safe out there. Ride safe. All right, guys. Take care.